Good afternoon, Mr. Axe, or AKS, how am I calling it?
AKS, you know what I mean? Obviously we're friends, so you can call me Axe, but AKS, musically, that's what I've gone, yeah.
Years, bro.
Yeah.
Years.
It's been a long time coming, man.
The Buster PP, right?
Yep.
When did that actually come out? Was it 2011?
2009?
2009?
Is it 9 or 11? It's 11, isn't it? It's 11. 11, yeah, 2011. 2009 is a miracle in the making, 2011. Yeah. It feels like a long time, man. Like it is a long time, really.
Because a lot's happened since then.
Yeah.
Where we are, okay, so look, we'll do it sequentially, but let's kind of start where we are today.
Yeah.
Train of Thought.
EP, done.
EP.
Yeah.
How many tracks is on it?
8. So we say EP, but really, like it could have been an album, I guess, man. It's a body of work, bruv, man. You know what I mean? It's a body of work, bruv. It's not like 3 or 4 tracks that I put together and try to fling out there. Like these are some songs I've been working on. I've taken some time in crafting this, so a full body of work, 8 tracks. If people want to call it an album, they can do that. You know what I mean? Like I call it EP. It's not my debut. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking in the camera and I'm saying it's not my debut, but yeah, like it is what it is.
Can I say that I've heard it? I've heard it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I've heard it.
You know, we're cool with brethren.
Yeah. Maybe not like I ain't heard the music. It feels like an album to me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And what we'll get clear for a lot of people if they're watching this is that yes, we are friends, but I came across your music first, so I had no prior knowledge of you. It's not like we grew up in the same ends. It was Gabrielle Smith from the New Black who was telling me she was wax lyrical about you, and you know, she actually showed me.
I give thanks. You know what? It's crazy because like a lot of the people that I know in industry, like that's how they've come to know of me. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously, I've got friends. People have become my friends over time. You know what I mean? But like initially, it was a case of people hearing the music via one person or another. Shouts out to Gabrielle. You know what I mean? And yeah, so blessed.
Yeah. And I remember when I listened to the music, I was like, it took me a while, but I bought it, and I just like the fact after I purchased the music, I could listen to it. There was different vibes and elements, and even the actual rollout at that time. I think you did the event. Was at Liverpool Street? Was it Liverpool?
Yeah, it was down in Shoreditch, really.
Shoreditch,
Old Street, Shoreditch area.
Yeah.
It was the Queen of Hoxton, and we done a launch party over there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't go to the show, but I've
Didn't come to the show, man.
Bro, I found out after the event.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is what it is.
But the performance, you're a performer. You have a good live show. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that. Thanks, man.
So when you did that now, right? Obviously when you drop one project, after that project drops, did you have expectations of what you thought that project may have been able to do for you? Because it's been a while since then to now.
It's hard. That's a hard one, man. Like I didn't think. To be fair, yeah. Let me be clear, man. It done more than I thought it was gonna do. You know what I mean? Obviously, you set things up thinking, okay, like this is the project that I've created. This is the direction in which I'm trying to go. You never really know if things are gonna lick. You know what I mean? Like you never really know who's gonna really mess with it, who's really gonna have an affinity with it. And people really reacted very well, man. I give thanks for the reactions. I give thanks for people sharing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, and obviously we kind of promoted that for about a year period. You know what I mean? We was on the road in terms of the London circuit doing shows upon shows upon shows. You know what I mean? Like for about a year. So, like, I give thanks for having the opportunity to be able to do that. It meant I could learn the craft of performing with a live band. Because before that, I hadn't really performed at all, to be fair. You know what I mean? It's one thing to do a PA, it's a different thing to have a live band behind you, have light and shade. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a learning process, man.
It was all independent.
Yeah, man, fully, 100%.
Under your own...
off my own back, as it is now. It's still the same vibe.
The independent route for you, how's it been so far?
I mean, some things have been smooth. Like I said, you know, at the end of the day, when you make music, like that's from the heart, whatever else, there's gonna be an affinity with people who are like-minded. You know what I mean? And if my music does reach those kind of individuals, then, you know, they stand with me, I guess, you know what I mean? And that's been the case. So some things have been really smooth, other things have been difficult. It's hard to, like, I'm fully independent. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, there's nobody behind me with purse strings giving me money, you know what I mean, to finance things and move things forward, bruv. Like, I'm really doing this thing off my own back, you know what I mean? So it's hard to, like, wear all of the different hats that's associated with that, you know what I mean? Yeah, one day I'm the artist, one day I'm the producer, you know what I mean? One day I'm the video director or editor, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard, bro. Marketer, you know what I mean? Yeah, manager, I don't have management, I'm doing it myself, you know what I mean? It's difficult to wear all of the different hats, but wear them I do, you know what I mean? So.
But yeah, what I do recount with the process is that you focused on the music first. Once the music was done, then you moved on to okay, how the video is going to be done, and also the rollout, the assets needed.
And that's just knowing myself as a person, man. I'm a person that I can only really focus on one thing at a time, you know what I mean, and be dedicated to that one thing. Sorry to cut you.
No, go.
Yeah, I can only focus on one thing at a time, really and truly. Like, I don't want to spread myself thin, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So, yeah, music first, making sure that the project was fully complete and we're ready to go. And then, yeah, after that, it's just all of the different elements that's associated with that, making it come out, you know, roll out.
Let's not make it like it's an anti-industry interview, because it's not. Because an industry is just where the business of certain type of commerce happens, right? However, in terms of notoriety, and it does feel like the industry is cliquey. And it feels like it's a trendy type of industry that's not necessarily focused on, and I'm talking about from the underground all the way up.
I mean, well, that's just like, obviously we talk about Chain of 40 EP and the project as a
because there's some things alluding to it in there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, the project is about, like, essentially it's about the mainstream versus the underground. If you want to call that the major versus the independent route, you know what I mean? Like, it's walking that line. There are things that we have as artists, mindsets that we have about what it is to be an artist that is pandering towards the major route, you know what I mean? And there are ideas that we have about artists that are independent or underground, you know what I mean? Like, going in that direction. So I was just trying to explore that a bit lyrically, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So how do you see them? Because
I'm an independent artist, so obviously there's a line to be tread, and I'm on one side of the line based on the fact that I'm independent. That's, you know, in some part that's through choice, in some part that's down to the opportunities that are in front of me. At the end of the day, everybody's dealt cards, and you play your cards based on the cards that you're dealt. You know what I mean? Like, so I haven't got anything against anybody that's gone another direction. You know what I mean? And I hope that's apparent inside the record. But this is the situation in which I find myself. So yeah, that's what I say.
Like I said, the project doesn't. It's a musical project, so it's not. It's got a lot, like, it's got themes on there.
Yeah.
You know, quite strong themes. I remember when obviously the track listing isn't out, but we're listening to some of the music, and I was like, yo, what's this about? And it came from a real sincere place. And I remember when I listened to, you know, the Bust Off EP, I was like, yo, nah, bro, I didn't know if you could top that.
Yeah. But
you've topped it. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Quite easily. You know,
I don't know about easily.
No,
bro.
but it feels like.
It feels like a natural progression.
Yeah, because it feels like there's more layers to it. Not saying that the Bust Up didn't, because there was stuff on there that still resonates with me today. When you create those types of songs, because they're not all the way obvious.
Yeah, no.
In theory, what you're saying.
Yeah, but like, that's music, innit? Like, I'm a lyrical rapper. I guess, you know, that if the people want to give me that token as a rapper's rapper, and with an artist like that, you're gonna have layers. It's like layers of an onion. I guess you got to peel back a layer. Every single time that you listen to the record, you're gonna hear different things, you know. And even myself, like, I wrote the record. Some of the meanings behind the record that I even myself wrote. You know what I mean? I don't get it yet. You see what I'm saying? So, like, and that's me being real, bro. Like, I wrote the record, I don't get it yet. There are things that I listen back to and I feel like, raw, that could mean X, Y, and Z. And I didn't write it to mean that, but that's what it means. You know what I mean? For somebody somewhere, or in that moment in time when I'm listening to it, having gone through another experience, it means something completely different to when I wrote it. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah.
You got a new single coming out.
Stay with me, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully by the time we get this out, we'll tie it in with the release.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Let's break down Stay With Me. You know, doing three processes: studio session, conceptually, and also what you're trying to get out of it visually.
You know, it's hard to like, because everything is kind of intermingled with one another. In terms of like the process of it being created, I was sent an original version of the demo of the track by DemDrums.
Literally, it's production. We're not talking about like.
Yeah. Production, bro. I write, innit? I write. Let's just make that absolutely clear. I write. You know what I mean? Everything on this record I wrote, actually. You know what I mean? Lyrically, anyway. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so basically, I got sent a demo of the track. You know what I mean? The backing track to it. And I milled with it for a little bit. You know what I mean? And it was in a time when, obviously, I'd made the decision that I'm going to step away from the game, you know what I mean? Like, step away from performing and whatnot, because I'd fallen a bit out of love and with performing the same stuff, and I wanted to work on new material. And also, I wanted to go in the direction of getting married as well, so that it makes sense in terms of the theme of the song. And I remember waking up one morning, having played the song, putting it on loop, and then the chorus just coming to me, man. Like, would you stay with me, darling? You know what I mean? Like, it's not too far away. And for me, when you've been away for a little bit, people ask you bare questions like, oh, bruv, like, do you even still rap? Like, what's going on with your music? You know what I mean? And music is a character that's in my life, like, on a daily basis, you know? And I felt like I was in a position where perhaps I needed to choose between my life, my real life. I'm not talking about, like, you know, what's portrayed in front of the camera. I'm talking about, like, my real life on a day-to-day basis, you know. At that time, I was, a boyfriend, a brother, you know what I mean, trying to move in the direction. And it felt like, you know, maybe music was pulling me in another direction, and it felt like I needed to make a choice. And it's not like I wanted to let anything go, but I needed to ask questions of people, of my missus now, and she's now my wife, you know what I mean? Would you stay with me? The audience, are you willing to wait? Like, would you stay with me? You know what I mean? And music itself, would you stay with me? That's essentially where it came from. I still feel like I'm asking those questions, man. Obviously, having not put the track out yet, you know, and hopefully people still rock with me, man.
How emotionally invested are you into the project? I mean, because like you said, there's your life.
A lot, man.
Yeah. I mean, how do you separate that, if at all, or can you?
You know what? I thought it would be easier to separate myself from it, like, but it's hard. It's hard because with this project in particular, I feel like I put myself on wax. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm fallible here. I'm very vulnerable here. You know what I mean? And on some level, like, it doesn't matter whether people really take to it or not, because I made the record that I wanted to make that's reflective of me, you know what I mean? But then on another level, it does matter. You know what I mean? Like, everybody wants to be accepted, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to be embraced. Everybody wants to be celebrated for what it is that they do. So, you know what I mean? I can understand the kind of feelings that I'm feeling right now, man. I'm nervous, man. I can't lie. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's not normal that you get artists to say that, like, but I'm nervous.
Is it more anxious or is it actual nervous?
Yeah, anxiousness is probably a better way of describing it, man. Yeah.
It's funny, like, well, it's interesting because I remember when I spoke to Josh Osher a while ago, he said, if the price of success is acceptance, then we almost have a problem within how people view things, because success is relative, isn't it? You know, and it seems like along the way with the music, just even hearing how you've just loosely spoken about the single, it's something that should be accepted just on a human level.
Yeah,
not based on
but that's not that, you know, at the end of the day, like, there's different, like, when I was thinking the other day, I was just thinking, like, everybody's in this thing for different reasons, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, obviously, on a human level, it should be accepted, but when you're in an industry that's based on commerce, and like you know, before you were saying this is not anti-industry, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I can appreciate the fact that we need to we need to move in a commercial direction. You know what I mean? But when you put something out that's just human, like this is just normal. Like this is how I feel as a man. There are other men that feel like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and that's not embraced for a commercial reason. You know what I mean? It's a difficult place to be in. You know what I mean? Like really and truly, especially when you put your heart on wax. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna ask you because just actually talking about that part of having a passion. Because I know for me, when I was in my last relationship, there were things I wanted to achieve career-wise.
Yeah.
And what I achieved in my career was somewhat impacting what I can do in a relationship.
Yeah.
And when you said you had to make a decision, how hard was it to kind of like almost, not walk away from music, but be like, look, I'm gonna
put this on pause.
Yeah. Because there was a moment actually when it was like, I want to drop this now, but I've got a wedding to pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like literally like.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, how difficult is that? Because like music, obviously you got a wife who you love, but music was your, I won't say your first.
Do you know what the maddest? Look, like my missus, yeah, like she never put me in a position where I felt like it was an ultimatum to be made. You know what I mean? But I felt like as a man wanting to go in the direction that I wanted to go as a human being, like it was a decision that I needed to make. Once I had, almost convinced myself, let's put it like that, yeah, that was the decision that I wanted to make, it was really easy to make it, you know what I mean, and to follow that through. But getting to that point was difficult. It was a long process, man. It wasn't just like instant. I woke up one morning and thought, oh, you know what, man, I need to, you know what I mean? It was a long process, man. I had to unlearn a lot of stuff.